Today I wanted to bring you guys a really absurd conversation because I intended on making a completely different video prior to me purchasing the bum bag about how you really only need one of these. I use that term very loosely. Obviously, I'm talking to luxury lovers, so keep that in mind. And I know that for me, there was a point when before I had the bum bag, that I kept trying to talk myself out of the bum bag because I kept thinking, honestly, it's not going to add anything to what I already have. And I had a moment where I realized, wow, these are actually the most unique bags in my collection because they're not like anything else in my collection. So I wanted to talk about that just because sometimes I know people are considering one over the other, and I do think that these are 4 great handbags that are worth adding to your collection if you are looking for a varied collection. So let's chat about that today. Let's start off with my very first of the 4 that I ever purchased, and it was the Palm Springs Mini. I really wanted this handbag for the longest time. I also did not jump on this bag at the beginning because I had hoped that they would make it in Damier or Eben. And this bag made me fall in love with monogram. I wasn't actually a fan of monogram, and the more I saw this bag, the more I fell in love with it. And to this day, it's still the cutest bag in my collection. Even people who are minimalist really love this bag, and I can see why. It has the cute factor. It also has the X factor, meaning it isn't like other bags. It isn't a standard bag style, and even to some people this is ridiculous, whatever. But it's adorable, and I think that is what keeps this bag so popular, the fact that it is just an adorable handbag. While I have the version with the difficult zipper, apparently, I love it still. Like, I think that it's adorable because this one has black leather, and again, it's that matte leather that I like. I feel like this is a great rain bag. And so if you're ever looking for an all-weather bag, this is definitely one to consider still. And it is the one that is an all-weather handbag. So that's why I think that this is a worthwhile purchase still. Moving on to the second purchase that I made, I still love this multi-pochette. I had not worn it since the pandemic started. It was my go-to bag prior to the pandemic. This is the one handbag that I get so many compliments on. And something that I've always wanted to say to anyone out there who doesn't buy luxury and maybe is thinking about it, if what you think is going to happen when you start buying luxury is that you're just going to get like a ton of compliments from people, do not buy luxury if that's what you are hoping for, because it is actually the complete opposite. You get, like weird stares and people are off put by you. It has a complete opposite effect than you would think. But with that said, this bag has yielded me an insane amount of compliments. I will say the Palm Springs Mini is another one that has yielded me a lot of compliments. People just find it an adorable bag to look at. So that one has gotten me compliments as well. This one has too, especially because it was so new when I got it. But it is a very unique style, unlike anything that I had ever seen previous. They have made a lot of similar handbags. I know Prada makes it, and even Louis Vuitton is fighting against its own bag. They've made a leather version, they've made like bigger utility versions and stuff, but to me this is still the OG. Where this bag is concerned, I don't necessarily recommend this particular one at its current price point, and I think that if you want in on the multi-pochette look, I think that you should very, very seriously consider the leather option. It's gorgeous, and it's only a few $100s more. And I think that that one is actually worth it. And this one, because it's canvas, and they've just completely priced it at an insane price point now. It costs more than the Palm Springs Mini, it costs more than the Bum Bag, and it costs more than the Speedy Nano. So I don't necessarily recommend this one. Go for the leather one. You're still gonna get the same look, but again, it isn't like any other bag that had ever been made. I know that they've made them now, but this is the original, and I feel like it is such an original handbag style that I promise you, if you think that you're like the squarest dresser ever and you put this on, you're gonna be like, wow, I'm really cool. It's so cool. It looks amazing with dresses, it looks amazing with shorts, it looks amazing suit or whatever. It looks amazing with everything, and you would not think that it does. It looks amazing as is. If you start breaking it apart, you're not going to get the same look, and it is extremely functional. A very good travel bag, because it's compartmentalized from the outside instead of from the inside. I just think it's an amazing travel bag, because you'll have like little bags to use for dinner, you'll have an amazing day bag. It's a great travel bag. So yeah, that's why I still think that this is completely worth buying, but the leather version. So when I unboxed this handbag, I had a lot to say about this bag. One of the things that I discussed then was, you know, I had really tried to talk myself out of this bag so many times, just because, you know, sometimes I dig in my feet and decide, no, I have to put a stop to this. But I realized that this was a heritage piece. And as I said in my Speedy Nano video, once I realized that this is a heritage piece, meaning obviously Louis Vuitton's most iconic handbag is the Speedy. And I think that we all get to a point where we realize that is a lot of handbag. The Speedy 30 is a lot. Speedy 25 is still a lot. It's a little bit more manageable, but I don't have enough things to carry even in a Speedy 25. I don't. And this one may seem like novelty, but it actually fits so much like a regular Speedy would that you're actually surprised, like, wow, this is not even half full when you're using it. This one is exactly like that, but it is in miniature size. It is a beautiful handbag, and I just love the idea of having the iconic shape of a Speedy, but in a manageable size. For those of us who really do not like to carry a lot, I really do think that this is, I love the Speedy, but I can't wear the Speedy. It's just not something that is wearable, like the silhouette of the Speedy for me, because I would just be carrying things that I don't need just to fill the bag. And with this one, I don't have to do that. This fits enough of me. I was saying, I swear, I think I could fit a poncho in here, like a folded poncho. I could fit that in here. And this bag will surprise you so much. I definitely think because it is a heritage bag, it is 100% worth having. Even at the rate of increases, I'm still surprised that this is priced at, you know, I think $1,300 last I checked. And I would get it now. If you're able to find this one, you should 100% purchase it, because Louis Vuitton prices are going up, and I just think that one day you may decide that you want this and you're going to end up paying $1,500, $1,600 at the rate that we're going. And again, it is a heritage bag, like the Petite Malle, like all of their little trunks that they make. I feel like they're gonna figure that out at one point, and they're gonna do something to make it a little bit better and then make it a lot more expensive. So just because it's heritage, definitely get your hands on this. It is completely different than the Palm Springs Mini, completely different than the multi pochette. It is a completely different silhouette. This bag has all of the features of an original Speedy bag. It has all of the piping, it has the two handles. It is exactly like a Speedy, bag, but just in miniature size. And I really do think that sometimes bags of this size are a lot harder to make, and I think that these companies are realizing that, and that's why they're overpricing them now. So get your hands on this if you can. Locate it, get your hands on this. It is definitely a piece worth having from Louis Vuitton. Now finally, my most recent purchase is the Louis Vuitton Bun Bag. I thought about this purchase for 3 years of I want the Chanel version, and coming to the conclusion that this honestly rocks the Chanel version. This bag is really well done. This is an insanely good bag that I genuinely believe is here to stay. I do think that the silhouette is not going anywhere. People always try to think that these pieces are trending and stuff like that. You guys, sometimes it's just not that way. You may think it's a trend and that it's going to go away, and it's not. And I think that those, at least 2 out of the 3 that I just showed you, I'm sure that people have even thought at some point that Speedy was going to go away. It's just not going to go away, you guys. It is not a trend. These are not trend bags. What they are is Louis Vuitton designing something that people are going to gravitate over the years, over and over and over again. So I think people finally figured out why fanny packs were so popular in the 80s. People finally understand how user-friendly they are. Louis Vuitton knocked it out of the park with this one. It is a really amazing handbag, you guys, and I think that if you're thinking that, you know, this is kind of similar to any of the 3, it is nothing like it. It does not wear the same. It does not look the same when you put it on. It's completely different than all 3 of the other ones. And I had the idea that this was, you know, just one more casual bag that I was going to have, like my Pochette, like my Speedy Nano, like my Palm Springs Mini. But honestly, this is totally different. And I really understand why people love it. And again, it does not look like a bucket bag. It does not look like a tote. It is a very unique style. And if you value having, again, a variety of styles to kind of pull your outfits together, this is one that should be in your arsenal because it's so good. And I promise you that you may be wearing it now, but if you are lucky enough to have grandchildren, they will be using it then, because it is such a cool bag, and you're always going to be the super cool grandmother who had the bum bag. And I want to be in that club. I really do. I absolutely love this bag, you guys. And again, it is nothing like anything else in my collection, and it will be something completely different in your collection if you decide to add it as well. And I know that a lot of people just think that only certain people can wear this kind of bag, right? If you don't have any edge to your outfits and stuff, let the bag be your edge. That's the same thing as a multi-pochette. Let the bags do the work for you so you don't have to worry about it. Wear the squarest outfit that you have, and you can throw this on and you won't look square anymore, I swear. So keep it in mind. Keep all 4 of these in mind if you're looking to grow a Louis Vuitton collection. I think that these are 4 of the best bags. I still think that this is priced really well. I see some of the designs that they're coming out with, $2,600, $3,000. They are getting up there with their pricing, and I definitely think that if you want these pieces, get them out of the way right now when they're still priced under $2,000, you guys. So let me see, are any of them priced $2,000? No. Then the multi-pochette, which is why I say definitely buy the leather version of the multi-pochette, but this is still under 2K, you guys, so definitely consider it if you hadn't before. I think that with Louis Vuitton, it's really easy to get stuck in the Speedies, and because they're iconic, because they're the main bag that Louis Vuitton ever created, but they have such a good way of creating classics without people even realizing that they are now classics. The Palm Springs Mini, in my opinion, is a classic. The Speedy Nano, to me, is a classic. The Multi Pochette is headed in that direction because I promise you guys, I personally will be wearing that for years to come. I threw it on last week and I was like, God, this is a good bag. So, and this is no different. And you wear it if you're trying to change up your outfit. I swear these bags make such a difference in your wardrobe. So they're not just like a bag to carry. This bag makes a statement. And I'm not an extrovert by any means, but I kind of like my bags to be. Maybe that's why, because I'm such an introvert, I love these extroverted handbags. So in conclusion, what I did want to say is we're always trying to build collections. I know that for myself, I've had these moments where I look at my overall collection and all I'm seeing is the same thing, the same thing, the same size, the same size, the same size, the same color. But if you're like me and that drives you crazy, then these are really amazing bags to have that really break up the monotony that can happen within a collection. So you can have all of your bags black, but if you have these bags, they add a little like spice to your collection and they're very, very wearable. So keep that in mind. Let me know your thoughts on these 4 bags. How do you feel about them? I know that there's so much love and hate with all 4. So I'll be interested to hear what you guys have to say. In any case, I really appreciate you guys watching and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.